Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. His Excellency President Benigno S. Aquino III will now make a statement.
Ayun. Magandang hapon po. Una-una po, gusto namin pabatid na nakikiramay po kami sa mga namatay dito po sa trahedya, sa pagsabog ng isang bus sa EDSA. At doon na rin po sa mga nasugatan. Sa kasalukuyan po, inatasan na natin at kumikilos na ang lahat ng ahensya ng gobyerno para unang-una bigyan ng pag-aaruga itong mga nasaktan. At yung investigasyon dito sa pagsabog na to, nandun na po ang ating kapulisan, nakipagtulungan po ang local government unit natin sa Makati, pati na rin po MMDA, yung ating intelligence services na talaga sa kasalukuyan ay tumututok na para malutas itong krimen na to. Kakasiguro po lahat, no, na sa di magtatagal na panahon, tulad ng mga ibang mga insidente tulad nung bombing nung bar exams, magkakaroon ng kalutasan po itong sitwasyon na to. Nakatutok po lahat ng ahensya ng ating pamahalaan para masigurado ang kaligtasan ng lahat. Tungo po doon, inatasan natin ang PNP at ang ating AFP at Intelligence Services na mag-review ulit ng mga tinatawag na threat assessment with the end in view of hardening all of the areas that are considered under threat. Meron na rin po mga ibang mga ginagawa sa kasalukuyan at matagal na pong ginagawa tulad ng pag-iimbentaryo ng mga kasangkapan ng AFP at ng PNP. Lalo na doon sa mga insidente na kung saan nagkaroon ng paggamit di umano ng C4. No? Kaya higpit na natin tinatawag na pag-aaruga nito mga consumables para sigurado tayong walang nawawala sa diretsohang kontrol ng ating sandatahan lakas. Politiko lang po. At ito nga ho, gusto ko parating sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan. No? Talaga pong hindi titigil ang inyong pamahalaan hanggang mahanap itong mga taong gumawa ng karumal-dumal na krimen na to, na talaga naman pong hindi nakatutok sa isang tao, isang grupo, talagang pananakot na lang po sa buong sambayanan. Hindi po natin pababayaan na magpatuloy po ang ganitong sitwasyon na may agam-agam ang ating pong mga kababayan sa Pilipinas. Yun po ang gusto kong parating sa ngayon at handa na po tayo kung anong mga katanungan meron kayo.
Mr. President, magtatanong na po sila. Una po natin tatawagin si Ms. Mia Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, based on the reports that you received, are there any evidence to suggest that this was a terrorist attack?
Yung so far, no, siyempre, ongoing investigation. Mukhang niro-rule out na po yung mechanical, electrical causes for this explosion. Mukhang may explosive device talaga. But, and I have to emphasize the but, hindi pa ho tapos yung investigation to determine if there was an explosive device, what explosive device was it, and does it have any signatures that can point to a particular group that's fond of using that particular method of terrorizing the community.
Sir, just a follow-up. Sir, because in the past, terrorists usually time their attacks with an event, and today happened to be, pardon me, the birthday of your mother. Is there anything going on in your mind that this might have been timed to coincide with this?
Well, that might be a possibility, no? But the more important thing is to identify who did it, no? And to find out where these people are, put them behind bars.
Okay. Susunod po ay mula kay Willard Cheng, ABS-CBN.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Sir, in-entertain nyo rin ho ba yung idea na baka diversionary tactic din po ito para mailayo yung atensyon ng publiko sa recent string of carnapping and slays?
Yung sa carnapping, I don't know if you were given private statistics, no? May 10-year program na compile ng statistics, and to be honest, in 2009 and 2010 in particular, buwaba yung overall statistics of carnapping and motorcycle napping incidents, no? Tumaas ang kapraso itong umpisa sa motorcycles, pero overall, significant degradation of the numbers of incidents. No? So, is it meant to divert our attention? No. Yung, to a large degree, yung carnapping, this most sensational one recently, has to a large degree been solved. And solved not because you just know the perpetrators, but there have been multiple arrests of people that are deemed to be suspects in this. No? Ito sa bombing, meron no tayong mga reports that there were terrorist groups who were planning the same. But the assessment at that time was there was a lack of resources to be able to carry it out, and also a lack of a support base. So that is the primary tasking that I tasked the National Security Advisor to assess if there has been a change in the information that we have.
kabilang na ba dun, sir, kung may report na magkakaroon ng pag-atake sa isang bus o public transport?
Bombing ang tanda ko doon sa mga report. Pero again, yung assessment nga, dahil supposed to be parang a Muslim secessionist group was planning the same but did not have the capability at that time. This was from last year. At that time, to be able to carry it out there. Yung part of the things that I tasked, no, yung, let us not forget, we still have the same number of security personnel that we had in EDSA when our population was 50 million. We're now 95 million. Yung, at the end of the day, an open and democratic society has to rely on its citizens, no, to help our security forces to be able to effectively safeguard the entire community. So that will be part of the program that I have already ordered the relevant authorities to do so.
Thank you, sir.
We'll call now on Weng de la Fuente from Net25.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, cause of concern ba ng administration? Kasi somehow, yung mga criminal elements, parang nagiging bold sila dun sa kanilang mga bold challenges to the peace and security. So, how do you intend to address po?
Well, yung hindi naman po tayo tumitigil, no? Doon sa, I've said it several times, doon sa extra legal killings, na-aresto na po, na-aresto, na-solve, na-file na ng kaso. In the first 6, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last data was 5 of the 6. But that is not parang current data. I understand that has been bettered. Tingnan niyo sa Palawan na pagpapatay ng isang kabaro po nyo kahapon kasama sa industriya. Arestado po kagad yung suspect. And I have great confidence that yung other parties involved in the same will be brought before the bars of justice soon. No? So, pabalikan ko lang ako, no? Yung nagiging bold ba? Yung kabuuan ng kwento dyan sa carnapping, sa hanggang ngayon, kasalukuyan iniimbestigahan pa. Hintayin ho kaya natin para makita natin yung motivation. Bakit yung carnapping na normally hindi umaabot ng patayan na nagkaroon ng patayan. Pag nakita na natin yung buong kwento, baka doon ho magkakaroon ng liwanag kung bakit nga umabot to. But even in carnapping, over the weekend, a senator called my attention to a study done in the past where that, ang sinasabi lang ho doon, yung carnapping hindi na yata dapat bailable offense. Bakit? Pag magkikidnap ka, bang mga hold up ka, isang unang krimen na gagawin nyo or nung makakakuntsapan nyo ay mag-carnap. Nagagamitin yung sasakyan para puntahan yung lugar para makatakas. At mukhang naniniwala ako mukha nga may base to study na ginawa. First time I ever heard of this study, he pointed it out. I understand he's filing a bill this week, no, to make carnapping non-bailable. Itong pinaka-sensational nga ho, paulit-ulit yung numero 42 cases na nakapiyansa. So, iniimbestiga na rin po natin kasi meron hong decision-making ability yung korte na pag yung may recidivism, yung paulit-ulit na ginagawa krimen, pwede silang, pagkaintindi ko, pwedeng i-deny yung application for bail. Kaya nga nagmumukay ka. Pero in this particular case, hindi ko alam kung doon sa isa lang o sa kanilang dalawang magkapatid, parang isa lang ba chinarge in the 42 or both of them had a total of 42. Sa akin, maski more than one, recidivist na ho yata yan. So, that is the subject matter of the proposed measure that will remove carnapping from the bailable offenses category.
Susunod po ay mula kay JV Arsena.
Sorry.
Kinokonsidera niyo rin po ba yung angulo na destabilization plot ito against your administration? At saka hindi po ba kayo nagtataka na parang timing po yung bombing sa birthday celebration para sa iyo mga Pangulo?
Hindi ko nire-rule out yun. No? Pero this tab, wala ho tayong nakikitang threat group sa kasalukuyan na naghahabol ng mga agaw na kapangyarihan. No? Mababalik pa ho tayo, yung mga reports na sa akin takang po, yung terrorist aspect at ating talaga sinusuri dito.
Raymond Tinasa, Bombo Radio.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, but after the series of carnappings, now bombing, don't you see that some groups or criminal elements are out there to challenge or test your administration, especially the security officials?
Yung tingnan ho nyo sa carnapping, no? Ako para napapag-isip ako. Naaresto ka, kaya kami kaso, di ba? Naaresto ka, binistahan ka, bista, nakapiyansa. Yung isa nga ako 42 eh. So, doon ba, parang kulang yata yung deterrent aspect ng pagkakakulong dito sa mga nagkakarnap. Siyempre, tinitingnan na rin po natin paano ba nagiging pakipakinabang to? So kasama rin po sa investigasyon, sino ba makakontsaba dito? Paano ba itong carnap vehicles ay napapakinabangan? Nare-rehistro ba ulit to? Napapalitan ba yung mga numero nila? Ongoing po lahat ng mga investigation na yan. Pero balik ako lang yung statistics, nandito, talagang significant. Dali lang ko, kailangan namin bunuti sa aming telepono, no?